So I wanted to take a second just to discuss what's going on during this investigation over the last 20 years and why no matter if I even once the lawsuit is filed by the attorneys I just hired for the gang stalking and other things that I've in violations to the No Fear Act that I've been forced to endure, how come I could never take a penny of a settlement? Even if there's a settlement, it's going to go into some kind of trust to identify and help victims of gang stalking seek justice for what's been done to them. Because my children were affected in ways that I would never, ever, ever, on my honor or integrity, or my family's crest, be able to justify taking a penny. I'm not some prostitute whose children and my honor and family honor is up for sale. I mean, my crest looks like this. My crest looks like this because of the honor attached to my name and the integrity. These people, when they first started messing with me, the first time they sent me to a Freemason lodge and influenced me to go there, I came home and there was shit smeared all over the walls of my house. They drenched everything in urine, and they smeared feces all over my 2-year-old son's bedroom, which he then walked into. And I'll never, ever, ever, ever would ever take a penny. That's the most disgusting thing that's ever happened. As well as recently, just the things they say. These people, when they sit there and talk to you and screw with you, talk about raping your family and hurting your family. No one would ever bring my family's name through the mud like that and dishonor my people, my loved ones. I would never, ever, ever take a fucking penny. These people are the most vile, disgusting creatures. There's nothing that could ever make that okay. I don't know what would ever possess somebody to think it's okay to talk like that, how they ever passed a psychological exam to become police officers, and to be accredited to any bureau or branch of law enforcement is beyond me. It's similar to what happened during the Stanford prison experiment, and it's funny because the Gold Ring Project was used against me as well, which I'm Odin, and it's something that disrespects Drabnir, Odin's gold ring. And I quit in 2008, and I have emails that I printed off that show that I quit, and I said, you're using shadow energies, which are an illusion, and trying to call yourself the Black Alliance to scare people. And the problem with this is when you take a fear energy, which is false evidence appearing real, and it's an illusion, it truly is. If you're in life and you do something stupid, a boogeyman will pop up and knock you back on track before you get hurt. Life's benevolent. It always has been. Now, the issue with a group of people conducting a telepathy experiment, calling themselves the Black Alliance or Black Masters or Dark Masters, first of all, it's spookism. It's false evidence appearing real, and it's an illusion that they're trying to turn into reality. And the problem with this is any form of injustice, hate, and disgusting act can be justified when you label yourself as something like that. It frees you to think that you can just get away with whatever you want. And as the Grand Librarian, I noticed what was happening as soon as it started happening. I noticed how hard they were pushing it, the images they were using, and was able to identify a similar case in American history that happened at Stanford University called the Stanford Prison Experiment. I believe it was in 1974. My dates might be off. I'm pulling from the air right now. But the principle behind the Stanford Prison Experiment was a study conducted at Stanford University where they set up a mock prison, and they had two groups of guards. One was rich kids, upper class, rich kids, so we'll call them Group A. And they had another group called Group B, which were median income, average Joe, everyday American citizens from modest families, respectable working class blue collar families who managed to get their kids into Stanford on scholarships or whatever else. Then they had one group, C, the control group, was the prisoners. The end of the study, where because from there they continued on and had the experiment went on for a few weeks before it was terminated. But the findings at the end were the heinous acts were done. They tried to imitate mock sex acts and all kinds of extreme brutality, making them bark like dogs. Group A, the rich kids, were extremely brutal, hostile, and did things unimaginable. They became possessed by the power, the thought, because all possessions are becoming possessed by a thought form, thinking they have power, becoming consumed with a lie, an illusion, a thought form, that they were all-powerful guards that could do anything to these people they want, and that these people were stupid prisoners that they could treat however they want. Now, Group B did nothing wrong. They didn't treat the people like subhuman trash. The working class families did a better job teaching their children to respect humanity. And a theory is richer people have to sacrifice more time with their family, i.e., not really raise their fucking children, allow others to do it, and they don't get the lessons from their family that the working class do. They find more importance in the time they have around their family, where the richer person might be making business deals in his office. When he's home, he's never really home. And furthermore, they think Group A might also have had ingrained hate towards that the parents actually subconsciously put into the child, because it rebelled out for not having the time with their family that they thought they were entitled to. So, having identified that with the gold ring and reported it, and all kinds of copyright lawsuits were used against the gold ring to try to destroy it after I had labeled it as a Stanford prison experiment on its way to railing out of control, and I disbanded from it. I ceased all communications. I wanted nothing to do with it because it was one of the biggest, most disgusting tragedies to ever happen in American history. It's almost as big as a tragedy and laughing stock as the MKULTRA experiments were at Columbia University. The CIA didn't know about that experiment. Some rogue agent went and did it, and then he had to report it, and they shut it down and fired the motherfucker, and it was a laughing stock. Mind control is not real. The results of the original Columbia University studies, nothing happened. The only thing that happened is some people are weak. And under torture, they would just not, to avoid being hurt, would do whatever they were fucking told. They were spineless people. They never deserved to go through that, but they caved in and just let them, it pretended to give them control. The control was never real. It was a fear of fucking retribution. There was never any real control. You're not controlling someone. It's fear of retribution. There's no ever real mind control. It's a lie. Human beings don't get controlled. Your mind's nothing but a processor. First of all, you operate out of here where all the currency is generated that animates your body. These people are fools, buffoons. But the principle is the fact that some rogue assholes thought they were going to torment me and do disgusting, vile things to my family, even if they were just saying it. The shit that got smeared on my son's wall was real. The urine that got dumped on my house was real. So then just saying you're raping, or you're going to rape my family, or you're going to kidnap my wife, or you're going to kidnap my girlfriend, you're going to gang rape them. These are police officers. I have them voice matched. It's fucking disgusting. No amount of monetary gain will ever, I would never, ever, ever, ever take a red fucking cent. When that fucking settlement gets awarded, it's being fucking dumped off into a fucking trust to find goddamn victims that have had to suffer through similar fucking shit. How could you ever take a penny for your dignity, your pride? There's not enough money on earth to ever let you talk to my child that way. I will hunt you down. Justice is going to come for you. There's no amount of monetary gain in the world That's why you don't have a crest. You're weak, pathetic, powerless pieces of shit whose spine was ripped out and who forsaked your own father, your own family. And then you sinned and missed the mark and judged yourself and lashed out and traded in every life you've ever lived for king nothing, for nothing, non-existence.